You know that feeling? You spend hours waiting in line, shuffling through endless paperwork, only to finally get to the counter and be told, sorry, you're in the wrong place. It is the absolute worst. Well, welcome to the explainer. Today, we are going to completely demystify the honestly super frustrating process of handling driver and vehicle services in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Seriously, imagine just booking what you need in the time it takes to drink your morning coffee. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have all the insider knowledge you need to navigate this whole system online completely hassle-free. So let me ask you something. Are you trying to dodge the crowds right now? Maybe you're pulling out your phone, Googling Kentucky DMV online appointment, just wanting to get it over with. I mean, it sounds like the most logical first step, right? Find the portal, pick a time, boom, you're done. Well, I kind of have to drop a bombshell on you right out of the gate here. Doing that search, it's actually a massive trap. No, really. Why? Because a centralized Department of Motor Vehicles, the classic DMV we all see in movies and TV, it literally does not exist in Kentucky. If you're hunting for one single website to do your license, your road test, and your car registration all at once, you're going to be searching forever. All right, so here is our roadmap for today. First, the Kentucky DMV myth. Second, licenses and IDs. Third, driver testing. Fourth, vehicle services. Fifth, the document checklist, and finally, number 6, how to skip the trip completely. Starting us off, Section 1, the Kentucky DMV myth, a decentralized reality. So the big reason you can't just hit up a single portal is that administrative authority in Kentucky is legally divided. It all depends on the exact transaction you're trying to do. You absolutely have to know which lane you belong in before you even think about booking an appointment. Think of it as the rule of 3. It's like a puzzle. If you need a driver credential, like a real ID or maybe an out-of-state transfer, you're dealing with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, or KYTC, and you'll use their MyDrive portal. Now, if you need a permit test or a behind-the-wheel road test, that is strictly the domain of the Kentucky State Police, and you schedule that through a totally different system called Telegov. And finally, if you need vehicle services, like getting a title or renewing your tags, that falls 100% to your local county clerk. 3 needs, 3 different agencies, 3 completely different systems. And because everything is so spread out, people fall into these online traps all the time. The source material highlights this absolutely wild mistake. People living in Louisville, Kentucky will literally search for Jefferson County DMV appointments and somehow end up booking slots in Jefferson County, Colorado, or even Jefferson County, New York. And obviously those appointments are completely useless for Kentucky. So let's make sure you don't fall into that same trap. Moving on to Section 2, licenses and IDs with the KYTC and the MyDrive portal. Okay, so if you need a standard license, a real ID, or you're bringing a license in from out of state, you've got to visit a KYTC driver licensing regional office. And to do that without losing your mind, you really need to use their MyDrive portal online. So here is your step-by-step game plan. First up, you have to get a 9-character letter ID. You can actually find this on any KYTC document issued on or after June 6, 2026. If you don't have one handy, you'll have to request it by mail, which, full heads up, takes about 5 to 10 days. Step 2, you use that letter ID to link your credential on mydrive.ky.gov. This basically creates your digital staging ground for pre-application. And finally, Step 3, you book your in-person appointment using their Qmatics scheduler. Oh, and a quick troubleshooting pro tip here. The Qmatics system relies heavily on scripts, so make absolutely sure your web browser has JavaScript enabled, and definitely turn off those ad blockers, or the calendar page might just show up totally blank. Now, what if you check that Qmatics scheduler and literally all the slots are full? It's a super common issue. Well, here is a fantastic time management tip for you. Every single regional office offers walk-in credential services one Saturday per month. It's usually from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. No appointment required at all. You literally just walk in, tap the lobby self-service kiosk to check in, and wait your turn. All right, Section 3, driver testing with the KSP and the Telegov system. So if you're 16 and going for your permit, or maybe you finished your 60 hours of supervised driving and you're ready for the big behind-the-wheel road test, the KYTC actually cannot help you. You are now dealing strictly with the Kentucky State Police. And for them, you must use their specific scheduling portal, which is called Telegov. Now, fair warning, appointments for road tests can be booked out for weeks, especially if you're near a larger city. But 8 a.m. is your magic number. The sources tell us this is the exact time every single business day that you need to check the Telegov portal. Why? Because right at 8 a.m. is when the system automatically generates brand new appointments and releases all the cancellations. So if you see that frustrating no availability message, just set your alarm and check back right at 8 a.m. the next morning. But here is a completely crucial detail. Your appointment, it's not actually real until you get the confirmation email. Seriously, the state police are incredibly strict about this. Without that confirmation email, which has your unique confirmation number on it, your transaction is totally invalid. So please, whatever you do, do not just close your browser window after you pick a time. You've got to save that email, print it out, or at the very least have it pulled up on your phone. Plus, it tells you the exact testing location and the specific checklist of things you need to bring with you. Section 4. Vehicle services and dealing with your local branch. Say you need a title, or you're just renewing your license plates, or maybe you brought a car with you from out of state. For all of that, you are dealing with your local branch, and this is based strictly on your county of residence. And honestly, this is where we need to bust another big myth. If you're scouring the internet trying to find an online appointment to register your car, you can just stop right now. The vast majority of Kentucky's 120 county clerks do not use online scheduling systems for in-person visits at all. They operate almost entirely on a first-come, first-served walk-in basis. And you know what? This is exactly why people in Louisville accidentally book those appointments out in Colorado. They just naturally assume an online booking portal must exist for their local clerk, but yeah, it usually doesn't. Now, when you do walk into the clerk's office, you really need to be prepared for the ad valorem tax. It definitely helps to understand what you're actually shelling out money for, right? Basically, this is a non-prorated property tax, and it's based on whatever your vehicle's value was on January 1st of that calendar year. Now, the clerk's office doesn't actually set that value. That's done by the Property Valuation Administration. The clerk is just legally required to collect the money from you right when you do your registration renewal or title transfer. Okay, Section 5, the document checklist, or how not to get turned away. Whether you actually manage to score an online appointment with the KYTC, or you're just doing a walk-in at the county clerk's office, showing up without the right documents is the absolute fastest way to get turned away at the door. So let's compare exactly what you'll need. If you're just going for a standard credential, you need 3 things: 1 proof of identity, 1 proof of your social security number, and 1 proof of Kentucky residency, something like a utility bill that's less than a year old. But if you're upgrading to one of those federal real IDs, the requirements jump up a bit. You still need the identity and social security proofs, but now you have to provide 2 completely different proofs of Kentucky residency. And listen, when it comes to proving your identity, their rules are incredibly strict. No wiggle room. You can use a valid U.S. passport, a permanent resident card, or a certified U.S. birth certificate, but it has to have that raised seal on it. But pay super close attention to this part. Absolutely no photocopies are allowed for identity documents. 0. First-time applicants must present the original physical documents. Though, funnily enough, while you definitely cannot photocopy a birth certificate, if you bring in a laminated social security card, that is actually perfectly acceptable. Go figure. Section 6. How to skip the trip completely with online renewals. All right, the ultimate time management tip here is to just skip the trip completely. If you are dreading those walk-in lines at the county clerk's office just to get your vehicle registration, you might actually be able to use the online portal over at drive.ky.gov. Over 130,000 Kentuckians do this every single year. However, you can only renew online if you meet some pretty strict legal criteria. First, your vehicle cannot be leased. Second, your registration can't already be expired. Third, you can't have any delinquent property taxes on any vehicle you own. But here's the kicker, the one that trips almost everybody up. Your insurance must have been continuously verified with the exact same provider for at least 45 days. This is just so the automated system has time to talk to the Kentucky Department of Insurance. So if you literally just switched your car insurance 2 weeks ago, the computer is going to block you, and you're going to have to go in person with your paper insurance card anyway. Oh, and a quick, kind of surprising fact for all you boat owners out there, you can actually renew motorboats online too. But of course, there are extra hurdles. Your taxes have to be fully paid up, and the county you select for your renewal online must perfectly match the county of dockage or residence that's already on file. Plus, some major areas, like Jefferson County for instance, they don't even support online boat renewals at all. You just have to mail it in or go drop it off in a lockbox. And there you have it. You now possess the complete map to navigating Kentucky's decentralized system. You know exactly when you need to use the MyDrive portal, when you need to jump onto Telegov right at 8 a.m., and when to head straight over to drive.ky.gov. So, which portal are you going to use to skip the line today? I highly encourage you to log on and give the online appointment or renewal process a try for yourself. Honestly, leave a comment below about your experience or drop any extra time-saving hacks you've discovered along the way. And definitely be sure to subscribe for more explainers that help streamline the everyday systems around you. Just as a quick professional disclaimer though, this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. Website interfaces, rules, and state procedures can and do change over time, so always double-check the official Kentucky state websites for the most current information. Happy scheduling, everyone!